Well, here we go again, guys. According to a recent CNN investigation, ads from over 300 companies and organizations, including large corporations and U.S. government agencies, have been running on YouTube channels promoting white nationalists, Nazis, pedophilia, conspiracy theories, and North Korean propaganda. It's amazing to me that channels promoting that kind of stuff can get ads running on their videos when I can't even get ads running on a Danielle Bregoli video after a manual review. Go watch that video now, by the way. I don't care I'm getting the equivalent of 1 penny per million views on it because it's so wavy. Anyways, a multitude of YouTube channels get their videos flagged for limited ads, which is essentially no ads, as soon as they upload the videos. But periodically, there are stories of extreme channels with plenty of ads. And each time one of these stories breaks, the people who suffer the most are not extremists in any way. At face value, this suggests that just like in other areas, the true bad actors will always be able to outmaneuver the system because it's necessary for their survival. Meanwhile, more restrictions mean that regular people get the shaft. A deeper look might suggest that this kind of supposed journalism is really meant to suppress freedom of speech more than exposing the bad guys running ads. Oh, my bad. Am I promoting a conspiracy theory now? Many people have been complaining that YouTube is trying to suppress conservative views, but it's really much deeper than that and much broader than that. They don't want to support any independent voices talking about most news stories. Regardless of what you say, if you are not a large news outlet or affiliated with a large corporation, their first instinct is to suppress you. Merely using a few specific keywords in your video title or talking about something that is going on in the news can very easily get your video demonetized. That isn't to say that every single independent news video will be demonetized, but that is the direction they're going in, which is why I find CNN's investigation self-serving. I'm sorry, but I don't know of any major US news outlet that isn't highly biased, tries to support their own agenda, and routinely delivers content that is at least 90% opinion and maybe 10% factual news. CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News are extremely biased and agenda-driven at worst, and entertainment at best. CBS and ABC seem slightly better, but we're still talking about corporations that exist to serve corporate interests. They routinely ignore facts and railroad political agendas by passing off conclusions as being factual. I can completely understand why companies would be upset if their ads are playing on the types of videos mentioned by CNN, but how many videos and channels are we talking about compared to all of YouTube? Every time a story like this breaks, the vast majority of YouTubers who don't do those types of videos get their monetization utterly destroyed. The mainstream corporate media used to do horrible numbers on YouTube, but now that most independent sources have been decimated, all their numbers shot up. I also understand the era of misinformation we're in, the dangers of bizarre conspiracy theories spreading, etc. But we don't need Big Brother to decide what the truth is. What happened to a notion of a marketplace of ideas? What happened to individual responsibility to figure out the truth? Now we want corporations to decide what the truth is and what ideas should be snuffed out. Again, I understand why companies wouldn't want to run ads on the channels mentioned by CNN, but how about demonetize those extreme channels and leave everyone else alone? If someone is promoting violence, racial hatred, or other criminal acts, okay, demonetize their channels, but don't use that as a pretense to demonetize anything that could possibly be offensive or touch on news stories. YouTube has also decided to curate what is acceptable comedy and what isn't. I wholeheartedly agree that there are many people out there who try to use words like parody and comedy as shields, as an excuse to spew hatred, but that doesn't mean anything critical is hateful, and that doesn't mean that we should abolish comedy. YouTube has a very difficult job in addressing the underlying issues, and the way they resolve things is inevitably going to leave some people very angry. But the fact of the matter is that if they don't prioritize free speech and their creators, this platform will eventually fall off and will just act as a hub for mainstream media and associated puppets, and only cater to and foster idiocy. It may be time to start that Patreon. It may be time.